From the Black Sea to the world's busiest shipping lanes, Ukraine's explosive-laden naval drones have sent shockwaves through the maritime defense community. These small, remotely operated vessels have forced military strategists and naval commanders to rethink everything they know about sea power and security. The world is witnessing a transformation in how wars are fought at sea, and the lessons are spreading far beyond the conflict zone. In just 2 years, naval warfare has been redefined, showing that even a smaller nation can challenge and disrupt a naval superpower. Ukraine's innovative tactics have proven that size and tradition are no longer the only factors that determine dominance at sea. The balance of power is shifting, and the rules of engagement are being rewritten in real time. Let's break down the tactic. Understanding the details is key to grasping why this approach is so effective and so difficult to counter. Ukrainian forces deployed unmanned surface vessels, USVs, remotely piloted and packed with explosives, targeting Russian warships and critical naval infrastructure. These drones are low-cost, expendable, and can be launched in swarms or as single, stealthy attackers. Their operators can guide them from miles away, using real-time video feeds and GPS navigation to steer them toward their targets with precision. The footage is clear. A small, fast-moving craft slips past layers of defense and then impact. The explosion is sudden and devastating, often catching even the most experienced crews off guard. These attacks are not just about causing damage. They are psychological warfare, sowing uncertainty and fear among enemy sailors. These drones punched far above their weight, damaging warships and naval logistics alike. How did crews respond? The aftermath often reveals confusion and a scramble to assess the extent of the damage, highlighting just how unprepared many navies are for this new kind of threat. In most incidents, shipboard teams had less than a minute to react. The speed and unpredictability of these drones left little time for traditional defensive measures, putting immense pressure on crews to make split-second decisions. Picture this. An unknown contact appears on radar, small, low-profile, moving fast. It's easy to mistake for debris or a harmless boat, but in reality, it's a deadly threat closing in. The challenge is not just detection, but rapid identification and response. Confusion spreads, alarms blare, and in a heartbeat it's too late. The bridge erupts in chaos as the crew scrambles to understand what's happening, but the window for action is already closing. Traditional ship defense systems were simply not calibrated for threats this unconventional. Systems designed to intercept missiles or aircraft often fail to register or engage these small, nimble surface drones in time. So what should have been done? The answer lies in adapting both technology and tactics to meet the new reality of maritime warfare. Modern protocols now demand enhanced radar sensitivity, specifically for USV detection. Ships must upgrade their sensors and software to spot these low-profile threats before they get too close. Crews need clear, practiced alert and counteraction procedures, SOPs, for when seconds count. Training must be relentless, with every sailor knowing their role the moment a threat is detected. Emergency drills must include low-signature attack scenarios, not just the high-profile threats of yesterday. Simulations should mirror the chaos and confusion of a real attack, so crews are ready for anything. And crucially, there must be close coordination with coastal defense intelligence to share real-time threat data. Information sharing between ships, shore, and allies is now a frontline defense. Where did things go wrong? The answer is often found in the details. Missed signals, outdated procedures, and a lack of imagination about what the enemy might try next. Key failures included outdated radar settings, a lack of simulation training for these new types of threats, and minimal intelligence sharing between allied maritime forces. These oversights left ships exposed and vulnerable. There were no proximity response systems for surface drones and little to no emergency maneuver practice. These gaps proved costly. Ships must now consider new layers of defense, from physical barriers to electronic countermeasures. Why does this matter globally? The implications are vast. Every navy, every shipping company, and every coastal nation must now factor unmanned threats into their security planning. What started in the Black Sea is now a playbook for others. The tactics and technology are spreading, and the lessons learned here will shape the future of maritime security worldwide. From the Taiwan Strait to the Gulf of Oman, non-state actors, militias, and small nations can now use maritime drones to strike high-value ships. No traditional navy required. The barriers to entry for maritime warfare have never been lower. This is asymmetric warfare, supercharged by technology. The ability to disrupt, damage, or even sink a warship is now within reach of groups that once had no hope of challenging a navy. Bottom line, adaptation is survival. Prepare, train, and adapt. The navies that thrive will be those that embrace change, invest in new technology, and never stop learning. USQC's crisis response training now includes drone warfare readiness and new SOPs for modern maritime threats. Training is evolving to meet the challenge, ensuring that crews are ready for the next generation of attacks. The era of unmanned maritime attacks isn't approaching, it's already here. Every day brings new incidents, new tactics, and new lessons for those willing to pay attention. Make sure your crew knows not just how to detect, but how to survive it. The future of maritime warfare is uncertain, but one thing is clear: only the prepared will prevail.